Stats and spirit. We read the loyal orange and blue. MetsXMFanZone. Com is the place for me and you, yeah. MetsXMFanZone. The ultimate destination where the fans go. That's the place to be. MetsXMFanZone. MetsXMFanZone. Get with me. For the greatest team in Flushing, let's all make a joyful sound. The #1 fan destination that you finally found. With stories, stats, and spirit, we read the loyal orange and blue.
All right. Hello, ladies. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, on Facebook and also on YouTube. We're going to be live in just a few seconds on our other platforms. Let me see if we can just fix the audio before we go live here. Can everybody hear us? Making sure everybody can hear us live right here on the MetsXMFanZone live podcast. Looks like our audio is still a little bit low. Let's see if we could just go a little high on the audio. All right, so let's start off with our live streaming show. Looks like we're live on Facebook. Well, looks like we're live on Instagram and YouTube. We're not live yet on TikTok, it looks like. Oh, and everybody kind of seen our graphics here up on the screen. We're going to turn that off. All right, so we'll talk a little with our Facebook community and our YouTube community. We'll say hello to everybody. First of all, hello. My name is Anthony. I am a MLB writer, ghost writer for the league. We are going to be live yet on a couple of platforms. We're still not live yet on those. We are going to be breaking down today's New York Mets lineup. Today is opening day for the New York Mets. Yesterday it was opening day for the New York Yankees. Today will be opening day for the New York Mets. Today we got the New York Mets versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is going to be a 3-game series. If you guys would like to catch all of the live action, you guys could come and join us. All of our links are in our show notes if you would like to hear that. We're not going to do the predictions this early in the morning. We're going to be going live again at 11. We're going to be going live again at 11 o'clock. So make sure that you guys come in and stick with us. We were supposed to go live at 8:30, but apparently we had some technical issues here at Citi Field with the stream. So we are going to be going live again at 11 o'clock. So that way we'll pull up all the graphics, we'll pull up the lineup cards, and we'll also put on my predictions and betting tips for everybody in today's game, and that will be going live at 11 o'clock. All right, it looks like we are now officially live on TikTok now, it looks like. Okay, good. We are live on there. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. And we are live on TikTok. All right. This is looking good. Looking good. All right. Let's say hello to our MetsXMFanZone community. Now, if you guys are joining us here on our live podcast show, great to have everybody. Just so everybody knows, today's game is opening day. The Mets are taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates in today's matchup. The lineup card is actually out for the Mets, but it's not out yet for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We still haven't got the official lineup card for them, but we kind of have an idea on what that lineup card will look like. But we'll touch just based on the New York Mets side of things. So we'll go with the Mets. I'll read the Mets roster. We're not going to do the predictions this early. I will be doing that at our 11 o'clock morning show. Today's game is at 1:10. Technically, it'll probably be at 1:45 because they're going to be doing the official lineup for everybody. That's going to be on the 40-man roster. They're going to probably do all that announcements with Howie Rose, which Howie Rose was just doing that like 10 minutes ago here, doing a pretty much a like warm-up downstairs. We happen to see him there. We are not going to be taking questions in the stream for today. So just to keep everybody in the loop on all of our platforms, I'll answer a few, but it will only be in the MetsXMFanZone community. So if you join us on our platform by going to MetsXMFanZone.com, we will take only those questions here in this live stream. But I mean, if you are a premium member on our platform, we have great partners here in our live stream today. We would like to thank the Tunnel for Towers organization for being a part of our organization, which is through Entre Blue Media. Is one of our partners. We love them and we love partnering with them. Also, we want to thank SPM Apparels for all the gear that you're going to be seeing in our live streams throughout the 2026 season. They love making really cool graphics. You're going to be seeing different type of Met graphics, different type of gear that I'll be wearing. They make some really, really good shirts and stuff like that. We will be having that throughout the remaining of the year. So you guys will see different gear that I'll be wearing. Also, if you guys want to see today's game, now today's game we got the New York Mets versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. It is not going to be on It's not going to be on SNY. Will be on NBC if you are in the New York tri-state area. It will be also on Peacock as well, but it will also, for our members, you guys can head over to MetsXMFanZone.com, which today's game will also be will be streaming on there for anybody that doesn't have the Peacock app. If anybody doesn't have NBC, regular cable or anything like that, if you don't have that, you can head over to MetsXMFanZone.com. We live stream all the time on there, and you guys could be able to get all of our game actions, all of our pregame shows, all of my podcast shows, and also you'll be able to get Mets throughout the whole entire season. It is VPN secured on our platform. We have live streams going 24/7 on there, and you get bet games on there, and which will be for the whole 2026 season. And we want to thank the Mets for laying us to it. So we are going to cover some Met highlights in this live stream. So if you guys enjoy the shows, please tap on your screen, share, like, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing this each and every day right here on our shows. We're going to be doing it in the morning at 8:30. Me and Meltman will definitely be touching up on a lot of your topics, a lot of questions always. But if you want to have your questions answered on our show, you have to be a member on our platform for us to answer your questions in the early morning. Also, on our podcast shows, we don't take Q&As. We'll only take 2 questions, only if you are a paid member on our platform. So, which is through our MetsXMFanZone community. So, if you are a premium member, we'll have your questions answered on our show. So, let's go into some of the key highlights for today. We got opening day. We got new players now officially on this team. We have Bo Bichette. We got Marcus Semien. We got Jorge Polanco. We got Freddie Peralta, Devin Williams, Luke Weaver. We got a lot of players. So, well, I will be breaking down a lot of these players for you guys today and kind of talking on it. So we're going to cover this show until 10 o'clock. So we are live right now at 9:22. We will stay active until 10 o'clock. So we're going to cover all those players in this stream, but we'll also cover the full roster at 11 o'clock. So we'll be going with the opening day once we get the full official for both teams, and then we'll touch up on that. But if you do have questions, you can still put them in the comment section down below. It's just not going to be frequently answered, though. So we are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also on TikTok. We will remain doing those throughout the 2026 season. So let's touch up on pretty much all the new players that we ended up getting. Bo Bichette, Bo Bichette. We have Jorge Polanco, Marcus Semien, Freddie Peralta, because these are the guys that are in today's lineup. So we got Francisco Lindor. We got Lindor leading off. We got Juan Soto batting second. Bo Bichette batting third. Batting fourth, we have Jorge Polanco. Batting fifth, we got Luis Roberts Jr. Batting sixth, we got Brett Beatty. Batting seventh, we got Marcus Semien. Batting eighth, the rookie, Carson Bench. And then batting ninth, we got Francisco Alvarez. So that's the lineup for the New York Mets today. On the mound is the newest addition to this club, and that's Freddie Peralta. And what are we going to see for today's matchup? It's going to be very interesting, because you got Paul Skeens on the mound, and Paul Skeens is a very good pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But it's kind of like how we're looking at this for a future next year star that we could potentially bring into the Mets. And, I kind of like on what that rotation's really going to look like for the 2026 season is Sean Manaea went to the pen. We're going to a 5-man rotation. We got 3 of our top elite pitchers on this rotation going for the 3 games. We got Freddie Peralta on game 1. Game 2, we got David Peterson in game 2. And then we got in game 3, which will be Nolan McLean. I don't know what you guys feel, but I feel that right there is by far the elite top 3 pitchers on our main roster. And I think Freddie Peralta is really going to pull up some really good numbers for the New York Mets in this one, because if you got a guy that's hands down been elite last year, probably one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. I mean, there's so many guys right now in baseball that have been so good. And, looking at on how he's been a candidacy for the Cy Young and Freddie Peralta, but also looking at another pitcher that's could be a future New York Met, and that could be Paul Skeens, and which is with Livy Dunn. So, and I don't know if anybody knows who Livy Dunn is. She is an actress. So, I mean, this is definitely looking at like a really good elite pitching matchup. And who's really going to stand out for both teams is very questionable. But however, I do think that looking into this lineup is scary on paper. Because you got Francisco Lindor, you got Bo Bichette, you got Marcus Semien, Jorge Polanco, two great elite players. Because last year, the New York Mets did not have clutch hitting. They were terrible last year. We got a new, pretty much a whole new management staff, with JP, with Carlos, with Carrera. The Mets got a really good depth of new pitching staff and a new hitting staff. So it's kind of like how we're looking into the future of the 2026 season is, I think it's going to be very much different than it was last year. And we've lost quite a couple players along the way, that were with the New York Mets in 2025, which the Mets collapsed. And we needed to clean up, really needed to clean up house. And the Mets really need to, add new additions to this team. And that's from Jorge Polanco to Marcus Semien. And if we really need to, go away with the curtain, what did the Mets lack in last year? And that was clutch hitting. And the Mets let go Pete Alonso, and the Mets let go Brandon Nimmo. And letting those two guys go, sometimes you got to just break up the core. Because the Mets didn't have anything with them in 25. And whatever's broken back then, you have to move on. So it's like, what are we looking at in 26? And that's extra run production and extra hits and getting extra RBIs. And we have two caliber players that can really solidify the infield. And that's Marcus Semien, Jorge Polanco. First base is a little bit of a vacancy. We get that. And, I know a lot of people miss the polar bear already. But he's not here no more. So now we have to look past that. And who do we see? Is pretty much Jorge Polanco and Brett Beatty. More than likely going to, platoon a lot this year. Maybe you might see Mark Vientos there at times. That's a possibility. But if you look in the lineup for today's game, that's going to be playing DH, and that's going to be Brett Beatty. So, what are we going to see into that DH role? Either Brett Beatty, either Mark Vientos. There's so many possibilities that we see in that lineup. So the Mets look good on paper, but could they really all gel together? And that's the key. Because we saw it in spring. We saw a lot of potential players in spring, with so many guys that could contribute. And we got a bright future with McEwen. A lot of players. And I really do think that the Mets have a lot of potential players that could be our future. So, how are we going to look at this lineup for today? Polanco, Semien, getting extra run production is what the Mets need in 2026. Again, last year we didn't have that in Jeff McNeil. We sure didn't have that in Alonso. And we sure was the decline of Brandon Nimmo. That could possibly be. But now that we got these guys, what are we going to look at in 26? And that's also extra run production. So, we need to get the hits, but we also need stable pitching. Because a lot of our pitching last year really fell apart. Kodai Senga, Sean Manaea, David Peterson, Clay Holmes at times. And then, of course, we didn't have a really stable top of that rotation. We didn't have a guy that could really step up and really show that he could shine. Who do we got now? Freddie Peralta. And Freddie Peralta is an elite start of your rotation guy, which could very well be a re-sign. So, and then we have that young talent in Nolan McLean, which I think Nolan McLean should have, been the starter. They gave it to Peralta because he's a little bit more established, which is fine. And kind of putting David Peterson into that number 2 slot and putting Nolan McLean into that 3rd spot. I think that's fine too, because at 1, 2, 3, I think that's a really good 3 guys into that starter rotation. And then, of course, you got Kodai Senga, which is going to be your number 5 starter. And then Clay Holmes. I think it was smart with putting Sean Manaea into the bullpen. And I know Sean Manaea didn't want to be there. But I think, in my opinion, you bring depth into that bullpen. With Razabon, with Luke Weaver, with Devin Williams, we have really good established bullpen. Because if you could get Sean Manaea to just get a little bit more depth into that pen, I really do feel that could be elite back there. Because at times you could bring him in to close games if you need to. I mean, Razabon to go in there to close games if you need him. I mean, the Mets got depth back there. So I do feel that bullpen could be really good. And then solidifying that starting rotation, Because 4 innings last year was terrible. We brought up 38 pitchers in 25. And keeping these guys healthy is the main key here. So, keeping your starting rotation healthy, keeping your bullpen healthy, and then keeping your main stars healthy is the biggest key. And of course, who's your stars this year? Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto. But of course, there's so many other guys to be mentioned. Even with your young talent in Carson Bench, Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos at times. I mean, you got some really good established ball players. Now you have a little bit more professionalism in players in Simeon and Polanco, which I think Marcus Simeon could very well be a top leader on this team. And we all know that Juan Soto just kind of puts up really great numbers. Because each and every year, Juan Soto is probably one of the top best players in all of baseball. Hits consistently, always gets runs, always gets walks, stolen bases, and home runs. He is an all-around baseball player. And that's what you need out of your star in Juan Soto. Then you got Francisco Lindor, your happy guy in the field. He's got to put up numbers. Can't strike out as often. We're going to see that. Got hurt in the off season. Went for the injury, got it done, played a little bit in spring, looked all right. But we need to see established run production coming out of Francisco Lindor. No matter what. You can't keep striking out as often as he is. Because if he's swinging outside of the strike zone, which, of course, you guys are going to see a lot of graphics behind me throughout the beginning of the season talking about these players. So you need to be able to have good established. He has to be a stout, and he has to not give up so many strikeouts. He's got to get the run production. His OBS will probably be up, which is expected to see 28 home runs, 30 home runs. Could be very well expected. Going into today, I really do feel that the Mets getting in gear, kicking it off, is going to be the biggest move for Francisco Lindor. He's got to get more runs, got to get on base, and he can't keep giving up too many strikeouts. That is the main key here. But if the Mets have good production, they could very well win in today's game. And I think in my opinion here, the Mets got the best crew of guys to give you more runs, get on base more, and steal a lot. That's the key here. That's why we brought in Marcus Semien. That's why we brought in Jorge Polanco. For guys to be established to get extra runs and extra hits and to get on base more and to even steal. And then bringing up the young talent is also a big key aspect, because we got really good prospective guys, and now you're going to see the opportunity of a lifetime in Carson Bench. We got to see it last year a lot of the times. So now he needs to duplicate that here in the regular season up here with the New York Mets. It might not be right away, so don't expect it to be done right away. He's gonna learn. He's gonna have some up and downs this year, but we'll be able to see a showcase of him, and I really do think that he'll be just fine. So I'm not in any way. We're gonna have discussions with him about him this year. It's gonna be streaky, but you gotta be patient and let him establish up here. So what are we gonna kind of look at for today is contact hitting. That's what we need, and we're going to need that out of a lot of our boys today. So if you guys would like to drop in comments, you guys can do that. We're going to answer a lot of your questions here, kind of touching up a little bit on some of the players early this morning. Lineup card is out for the New York Mets. The Pirates lineup is still not out yet, from what I know. So we'll touch up on some of the players. We'll pull up some of the graphics up on the screen. Looks like we don't have I have the graphics on here. We just don't have the graphics up on for TikTok for some odd reason. So I'll just say them. Do I think that the Mets could pursue Mason Miller? That's a 50-50 shot, honestly. I mean, I do think he's good. I don't think he's for the Mets, in my opinion. I think he could definitely well be probably in the fifth spot, or I would go probably maybe 4. I just don't. I mean, definitely David Stearns might take a look at him probably by the All-Star break, but no, I don't know about that one. I think that could be iffy, in my opinion. All right, so see if I can pull up the graphics here. But that's a good question, though. I mean, could the Mets? But there's going to be a lot of moves. I mean, there's a lot of guys also still, for free agency next year, and the Mets could even make moves. Because of the New York Mets, because of where the Mets are this morning. I mean, because of all the because the Mets are top. All right, so we are going to go with the graphics. Pull up this one. All right, so let's talk with the pitching probability now, just to let everybody know, if you are going to be betting in today's game, this is for educational purposes only. The start of this stream here, the portion of this stream. So I will be showing some of my bet predictions. If you would like to get all of them, it will also be on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.com to our TikTok family. The graphics, we apologize we couldn't get them here up on the screen and on TikTok, but everything that I talk about here will be on the website, so you won't be able. Yeah, we have the lineup. I have the lineup for the Mets today. We just don't have the Pirates lineup out yet. Oh, yeah, Times Square. So who's coming here to Citi Field today? I'm very interested. Come on, put the hands up. Who's going? Who's coming? I know I'll be in the booth today. So it's going to be a very hectic day here at Citi Field. I'm going on Saturday. Very nice. Hopefully you get to enjoy it. I know a lot of people are probably going to be at the Saturday's game. Oh, you're here already. Very nice. Very nice. Hopefully everybody could, get down on the field, get to go see all the newest players. They'll probably be down there later. Section, where are you at? Section 15. The best spot in the whole stadium, to be totally honest, is section 320. If you guys ever want to get tickets, section 320 is the best spot in the whole stadium. If I'm not working, when I'm not working, that's my section. You ever want to find me there. I was never a big fan down all the way down. Never was a big fan of it. But I know a lot of people that love being in that section though. Yeah, me personally, 110. If you go all the way down, it's also a really good spot too. Is above. I want to say it's 130, which is by the baseline. I love by the baseline too. What do we got here? What do I think that Freddie Peralta would do today? Well, I'm definitely going to go with him on 8 strikeouts. Just start it off. If he could pull me out 8 strikeouts, I think that would be great in the first 3 innings. If he could pull that off, I definitely could see that. It's definitely going to be a really good matchup. I think there's going to be a lot of runs today for the Mets side. I think there's going to be a lot of runs for both sides. Even though I think with the upper hand might go to Skeens, in my opinion. I do think that Freddie Peralta will be in season form to start it right out of the game. So I really do feel that both pitchers could pull out a lot of strikeouts in this one. But I mean, because the Mets are home, I think the Mets are going to be very juiced up. I think that with Juan Soto is going to be the player of today, which probably is now on the screen on everybody's screens. Juan Soto is going to pull out a home run. Watch out for at least one home run. I think Juan Soto is going to go for 3 for 5. Same thing goes with, I think Brett Beatty's going to be a player to mention in today's game. I think Alvarez is going to be a guy that's going to pull out numbers in today's game as well. And then I'm going to go also out on a limb with maybe Mark Vientos. Maybe see him sometime today. That would be a spot. Then I'm going to go with Luis Roberts Jr. is going to be a big key factor for this year. So, I mean, if he could impress me and wow me first game, get hits, get some production, that would be even better. I think a lot of these guys, I think with Bo Bichette, Roberts, Soto, I'm not expecting Lindor right out of game one. I'm not. But Alvarez too, Brett Beatty. I totally agree. I think the Mets are the best team going out in opening day. Yesterday, the Yankees, which I got to see, I really loved watching that. Yesterday, was there, by the way, loved it. I definitely think it's going to be very interesting to see. Yeah, I do think Skeens is scary. I think with Paul Skeens, he does have a lot of flaws. So, I mean, even though he's a great pitcher, no doubt about it. But the slider tends to get away with him a lot. He does give up a lot of runs with that slider. So, I mean, you got to be careful. Both of these pitchers are going to be nervous. So, because I think with Freddie Peralta going on to a new team, I do think that he might get a little bit of the upper hand out. But I honestly do believe that if we could put up some good numbers against them today, could very well win. I think today's game, in my opinion, I'm putting projections on this to be 10-5. I'm sorry, Miami. But to be fair, Miami always tends to beat the Mets at the end of the season. Well, I am going to touch up on the betting side of things. That will be for 11. I mean, I have Paul Skeens as kind of the favorite. I think Paul Skeens will definitely put up numbers. Here on my sheet, actually, I have it for everybody. It will be on the website, but I have Paul Skeens to be the upper pitcher, but I'm kind of putting it at 50-50. The numbers look really good for both pitchers. I have for Freddie Peralta to get 8 strikeouts for today's game. Same thing goes for Paul Skeens. I think both of these guys are hit-wise. We're going to go with a total of more than likely, it's going to be at 13 because I have it projected at 13. So, and that's total. Runs is going to be a key factor. I think there's going to be a lot of walks today. So expect to see a lot of walks. Might not be a lot of hits, but it'll definitely have a lot of walks. I mean, the odds of the numbers are looking really good and favorable for that. So, I mean, I just happened to look at it early this morning. I'm like, these numbers are very good. Because if you're going at the plus, I definitely would say alternative spreads on everything today. Do I think so? Absolutely. Absolutely. On the NCAA tournament? Absolutely. You know what I really, really like? I really love Rutgers. I think they're really good. I think a lot of teams in the NCAA is going to be really good. I really would like to see what is it? Iowa? I think it was no, Utah. Utah. I think Utah is going to be good. What do I have? That's on Instagram. What numbers do I have for the W? So on the W, I'm gonna go over the 5+. So I mean, if anybody's looking to bet on wins, if you're gonna go the over and under, definitely go over 5 runs. The production's going to look really good for today. Even though, like I said, I definitely see a lot of getting on base, a lot of walks. But if he gets out early, then I think the Mets will take the game. Definitely think so. If he gets in trouble early, I don't really see him getting in trouble too early. I think once they pull Skeens, then the Mets will hit. I think everybody's going to be chasing a lot today. Everybody's going to be very anxious at the plate. Both sides, not just one. Absolutely. I think with the Mets, they got good numbers on paper. They have to pull up. Doesn't have to be game one. It's fine. I'm not worried about game one. If we can get down the stretch and get wins, not everybody's going to pull through today. So I think with Bo Bichette will be fine. I really do believe Marcus Semien and Jorge Polanco, those guys could definitely well put up some numbers in today's game, more than likely. But I mean, we got really good established clutch hitters. Those are your clutch hitters right there. But you need to get the Mets got to get the numbers. But again, I see a lot of comments popping in on who would I put into the parlays. Marcus Semien, Jorge Polanco. I definitely would go in with Brett Beatty. Alvarez maybe, yes, 50-50 on Alvarez. But we need to see the way his selection at the plate is going to be. I definitely would go with Roberts. That's my guy that I'm really looking to see for today. More than likely, and then of course, I think definitely Juan Soto is going to put up some numbers today. Don't expect Francisco Lindor to do anything today. So if you're going to go against Francisco Lindor, I would. If you are a fan of the Pirates, if you are a Mets fan, I would stay away from Francisco Lindor. I would definitely go all in on Juan Soto, go all in on Roberts, go all in on Brett Beatty, and then I would go all in on Bo Bichette. Those are the type of main guys that I would really pull in on parlays. However, on a side note to that, I would go on player props. That's where you make your money on. Just to give a little bit on some tips on that, because Gotta remember, I want to just kind of educate people a little bit on the betting side of things. If you go over a 5-leg parlay, it's very hard to win on, unless you're pulling out for the right sort of players. If you're pulling out for Soto, if you're pulling out for maybe Pachette, if he's in there, well, obviously he's playing third base. If you're going with Brett Beatty, possible. I kind of really would stay away from Brett Beatty in a way, but I do like Brett Beatty's odds, and I have it up on my screen here. Let's see that. Yeah, so I have it here up on the screen. If you're watching me on YouTube and also on Facebook and Instagram, I have it at 3 for 5 for Brett Beatty. I do think that Brett Beatty would get some RBIs. So I am going to stick with like 1 or 2 for him if he gets on. I think the OPS is very good and the odds are good. But, I mean, I would be careful on how you bet with that. I mean, I definitely think the Mets are going to get a W. Absolutely. If you're going for the W on the Mets, wherever the Mets numbers odds are on, that's yet to be debatable. Because I know the Mets are considered the favorite in today's game. I would honestly go with an alternative spread. I would go with over 2+ on Mets, not the W. I would change it. But, I mean, on a safe bet, definitely go with the Mets on the W. That's where everybody's going to go with today. I definitely think if Paul Skeens gets in trouble, they're pulling him out right away. Or if Peralta gets in trouble early, they'll pull him out. And who's going to be in replacement? I think with Peralta's going to go, he's going 6+ innings, no matter how you look at it. He's going to go 6 innings today. And then I think Minaya is definitely going to come in out of the bullpen today. Expect to see Minaya. And then either you'll see Luke Weaver or Devin Williams. One of the two you might see. But I saw a comment here on Instagram about should I put in Luke Weaver or Devin Williams later on. I would go, if you're going to do that, if you're going to do a in-game parlay, stay away from Sean Manaea. Honestly, I would stay away from Sean Manaea. I mean, Sean Manaea's is pitch speed has dipped a lot. I mean, and I think that would be a really good advantage for him because he's being put into the bullpen. Absolutely. The Mets kind of have to play devil's advocate on that. But that's everything that we have for you guys this morning. Now, if you get to join us live at 11 o'clock, please feel free to do so. We are going to be doing our pre-game show. I will be talking on the lineup cards. I'll be going with all the full bet predictions that I kind of was rambling on with the, giving you guys a little bit of some odds and some things to really look at. Because I haven't put in my bets officially yet. So I will have my full analysis at 11 for everybody. But if you are watching us on all the platforms, great to have everybody. It was fun to chat with everybody early this morning. We will be going with our pregame at 11, giving you guys the lineup cards, giving you guys my top predictions in this one, giving you all the players that I'm going to be suggestions in this matchup. And then we'll go with the wins, who gets the W, what the final score is going to look like, and then we will wrap it up on our show So obviously I ended up winging it. So, because we had so many people that were writing in, so I wanted to be able to answer you guys here this morning. But want to thank everybody that's been watching on all of our platforms early this morning. If you enjoy the coverage, please share, like, subscribe, because that's how this channel grows each and every day. I am a ghostwriter for MLB. Has been doing that for quite so many years. And plus, I also break down a lot of the analysis of the game. So that's why my opinion matters. And plus, I also am a betting expert. A lot of people ask my opinions on betting and stuff like that. I've done it for so many years on those apps. But just so everybody knows, little side tidbit here. It is for educational purposes only. Please bet responsibly. Limit yourselves on those apps. BetMGM, Fandom, and also Fanatics. We are partners on those apps. We will have promo codes throughout the 2026 season. If you are not on those platforms, they will be in our show notes. And we want to thank everybody for watching here this morning. We will be doing our pregame show at 11. But if you are new to the channel, please share, like, and subscribe. So that way we can give you all your latest Mets inside scoops. We'll talk about all the latest Mets news. And we'll talk about in-game predictions, tips, tricks. But if you are looking to bet in this one, the New York Mets versus the Pittsburgh Pirates, we got on the mound Freddie Peralta for the New York Mets in-season opener. And we got Paul Skeens for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But if you are looking to bet in this game, please bet responsibly. And when we go with our bet predictions in today's game, want to thank you guys for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, so that way we can give you all of your Mets analysis for opening day for the New York Mets. We'll see you guys soon. Be safe, be well. Come join us at 11 o'clock. And if you would like to check today's game, it will be on our website at MetsXMFanZone.com.